Indeed. I know precisely who you mean. Although it's been 100 years since last I dreaded their escape. They are two monsters, Gorl the Slard Lord, and a Githyanki general named Sireka. They clashed across planes of reality, each plotting an invasion of our world, each all that stood in one another's way. I came across the pair in Rawlins Wood, and knew if either one of them prevailed, their army would lay waste to all Faerun. And so I trapped them in a demon stone, where they would fight for all eternity. Now you bring me word they've broken free, and villagers lay ruined in their wake. They must be stopped, if we are not too late.
Save the others! There are more cages that way!
What? No one asked for your help.
They did.
Wood elves. They're weak. Stop rescuing me! Out there I had somewhere to run.
Pleasure meeting you too. The name's Rannick.
You up there! You with a stick!
Over here!
We're pinned down!
We need your help! Kill the archers!
Sorcerer, over here!
Sorcerer, your help!
Are either of you hurt?
Not yet!
In here!
And get trapped again?
Have no choice. Now go!
This is the Gemspark mine. I heard of it as a child. Enough riches to make us all kings.
There could be orcs around that bend. Can you really think of riches?
I'm half drow.
The Drow, a race of murderers and thieves.
Well, you won't see me playing hero. And I don't know why you feel the need.
I'm from a town called Nesme.
Of course. It was overrun by trolls.
I was in that fight. But I was knocked out early. When I awoke, almost everyone I knew had been killed.
Explains the death wish. Smoke!
We might have been better off against the dragon.
It was never a choice for me. I came through that portal because I felt drawn here by fate. Something needs me, here inside this mine. But you were not supposed to be involved.
Well, if you're right, we leave this cage alive. After that, who knows? The half-drow, rescuing humans.
He might be useful. And the name is Jai.
You never said what your other half is.
What is this?
The orcs are using it as a throne room.
Then there's a king nearby.
Unless we hurry. Those gloves are magic. Gauntlets of ogre power.
You're the fighter.
I'll hold those. Beads of force. They need a gentle touch. That's a ring of jumping.
Oh, it's even my size.
Do you see that?
Nothing's there.
I see an image. It's my family crest. I was destined to come here. The pull just got stronger.
You see something now. What is it?
Let's just say it's personal.
Then I was wrong. We were all drawn here. It's locked. The arm to release it is up there.
Your turn?
It's the mark of the trolls who attacked Nesme. If they're somehow behind this!
Any idea what all that was?
Those were outsiders, creatures from other planes of existence. The female was Githyanki, the male Slod. Both races destroy everything in their paths.
We're near Cedarleaf. It's a wood elf village. We have to make sure they're safe.
I thought she hated wood elves.
Through here!
How do you know about this place?
Because this was my home. Vorishansut! Dorina Kraten! Resnudanti Vorkit! Don't let her open that portal! Torbjörn desta unteli! Akatas Durka! Anarkezum Setzezum! Don't let her get away! The village has a shelter beneath that tree. The elves will want to reach it.
Soreka, you ran off just as I was returning to my old self.
Duor, Amonte Feirun, Kisutana.
I see why you want this village. You need its portal to call your army. Too bad. I'm taking it now, along with that sword.
Litora Rek Gisi, Hazliet! the symbol in the mine. It was a spider in a crescent moon. The two patron gods of the Drow and the Wood Elves. That's me. My mother was Drow. My father was Wood Elf. He raised me. And he was down there.
So many dead. It's Nesme once again.
We set those creatures free. It's up to us to stop them before more villages are lost. We should seek counsel from my mentor. He is a great wizard. Kelvin is his name. Jai, I'm so sorry.
Save it. You want to console me? Let's slaughter those two things. That'll make me feel a whole lot better.
Are you sure your father was killed?
I saw him. Drow aren't supposed to live among Wood Elves. And they aren't supposed to fall in love with them. Drow are independent. They're killers. They live below ground, in the Underdark. My mother was part of a raid on the surface. She was injured and got separated from her group. My father found her, and cared for her, and eventually brought her back to Cedarleaf. When I was little, the village was attacked by giants. My mother fought beside the Wood Elves. She died, protecting her friends, because they weren't strong enough to protect themselves. That's what you get for making friends.
Their spirits locked inside the stone, the Slard Lord and Sireka fought, consuming one another's will, allowing neither to escape. Yes, I created an enchanted cell so no stray traveler could disturb the gem. But somehow, Gaul must have marked its walls. He found a way to reach out with his mind and draw you three to him.
My father was right. No good came of me.
Ilias, you're still a knight of Silvery Moon, and now you have a dire task to perform. If left free, either of them will annihilate Faerun. You must entrap the pair again, together, in a new demon stone. I know of one that's suitable. In Chult, the Yuan-Ti use it for unspeakable rituals. It's Gaul, come for vengeance against me. Go quickly, get to Chult and find the Demon Stone. Use my portal. Now! You mustn't fail!
Kelvin Blacksmith. I've dreamed about this day for 100 years.
I'm flattered that I held your interest.
Fading, old man.
Justice never fades. You cannot win.
It's Kelvin's shield guardian. I can use it to fight for us.
Dear Ilias, as I inscribe these words, you and your party journey here to me. In my mind's eye, I've seen what has occurred. I know the gem is lost and Gaul's free. So that you'd bring yourself before my gaze, I planted thoughts of me inside your head. But Gaul speeds here too, his heart ablaze, and likely, when you read this, I'll be dead. His rage obscures my vision like a cloud of smoke. I can't foresee my fate. An instant may be all that we're allowed, and the amount I have to tell's too great. I'll use our time to send you on your quest to Chult, and let this letter say the rest. I sense that you are now consumed with shame. Refute it. It will only fuel his fire. Besides, if any human is to blame, it's me for the events that have transpired. I never should have trapped Gaul in that mine of magnifying quartz and hematite. As if I'd aimed a glass upon dry pine, the crystals helped his evil plans ignite. Yet, if indeed I've reached my final peace, I'll sleep well, for I also know I've sown a goodness strong enough to best this beast. How proud of you I've been as you have grown. Ilias, you and your team face great travails. Faerun depends on you. You must prevail.
Could he have escaped?
Perhaps. That wizard has survived through many a...
Ilias! Are you all right?
So where do we find this demon stone?
The gem is to the east. Follow me.
Stay alert. There could be more of those things.
This way.
I hear a river.
We must be right above the mill.
We have to find a way down to it.
Damn it, more spiders.
I'd say we found the nest. Rannick!
Help!
How do you know where you're leading us?
Crystals draw and focus vast amounts of energy. I can feel the demon stone's pull!
Where to now?
It's in those mountains. We have to cross the river.
Ilias. The wizard called you a Knight of Silvery Moon.
A joke of fate. I was born a sorcerer to a family of knights. I was never one of them. When I could, I left and sought instruction from Kelvin. We're getting closer to the gem.
For what it's worth, I think you chose the right path.
You mean being a sorcerer, or to get us through this alive?
Both.
I hope you're right. I come from a proud and ancient line of knights, the Silver Guard of Silvery Moon. My brothers, my father, and my father's fathers all served as defenders of the court. The fact that I was different was a spike into my father's heart. I was born with strong gifts of magic. Even as a child, simple spells like frost or levitating objects came naturally. I tried to impress my family, show them what I could do. My father was furious and forbade me from ever doing tricks like a stage performer again. I tried to comply. I studied martial arts, swordplay, tactics, and strategy. and no one could argue I was a skillful fighter, and clearly my father's son. But I always felt like I didn't belong. Then, a few years ago, a gnome came to Silvery Moon to sell dyes. I learned that he was a sorcerer and an alchemist. Behind my father's back, I began to spend time with him, learning to hone my skills, and asking questions about the world outside our land. When my father found out, he exploded with rage. He gave me a choice: put away magic forever and be a knight, as was my heritage, or leave. The gnome led me to Kelvin, who took me in and trained me in the ways of a sorcerer. But even though my mage's skills have been with me since birth, I've never had the instincts of a wizard like Kelvin, the ability to reason and read signs. I felt a pull to Gemspark Mine, and believed it was my fate to avert a great disaster. Instead, my presence caused it. Now Kelvin is likely dead, and I failed to stop that as well. In my hands, magic is nothing more than a blunt weapon, something I strike my enemies with. Perhaps it's because I was trained for so long to be a fighter. Or maybe I've just been stubborn and ignored my true destiny. When you were born one thing, but led since birth to be another. Which are you, really? There it is, the Yonti Temple. The Demon Stone is inside. Their guards are vicious killers, and if they realize intruders are here, they'll come out in much greater force.
Then I'll make this quiet.
Where did you learn those skills?
The only drow in a town of wood elves. You figure things out for yourself.
A fellow outcast.
At least your neighbors didn't fear you. My whole life, nobody turned their backs for a second.
Smart elves.
That's it. The Demon Stone.
Let's grab it and get out of here.
He's raised a barrier. We're trapped.
What is that?
The Yonti god, Murshak of the Eternal Hunger. He gains his strength from living sacrifice. Those creatures are his meal. Don't let him eat.
The barrier's down. Now's our chance.
There's still a shield around the channel. We'll have to break through.
Now that we have the stone, how do we find Goral and Soreka?
The Githyanki once controlled parts of the Underdark. I think that's where Soreka would feel at home. Where home for Goral is, on our plane, I've no idea.
Then we start with the female.
I know a tracker named Dritz Duerden, who was born in the Underdark. He lives near Nesme at Mithril Hall. You'll like him. He's drow.
Perilous forces are at work. The bards report that Kelban Blackstaff has gone missing, and that his tower lies in ruins. And I have received word that Ilias, his protege, and my friend from Silvery Moon, is headed here with 2 companions. A human from Nesme, and a half-drow female. Despite my concern for Kelban and the danger these accounts foretell, I cannot resist a moment of pleasure at the thought that Ilias is coming to me for help. I remember the trepidation in his eyes the first time we met. Well placed, I admit, when confronted by a drow. For I cannot deny that my people have earned the reputation that gives strangers pause. In Menzoberranzan, city of my birth, far below the surface, treachery and murder are ways of life. Is it any wonder that the elven gods long ago banished the drow? But Ilias quickly learned that he needn't be afraid. For though I share the same birthplace and blood as the drow, I do not share their beliefs. Nor do I serve the Spider Queen Lolth, whose tenets of enslavement and wanton destruction run contrary to all that I hold dear. Indeed, I came to the surface world to escape that, to find a life worthwhile, and I expect that Lolth is not fond of my work here. For with my friends, Wolfgar, Catibri, Regis, and Brunor, I serve the way of community, friendship, and peace. 3 causes that boil Lolth's ichor. Word has also reached us of a Slard Lord of tremendous power moving through the east. And I hear whispers from underground of a fearsome Githyanki general making her way to an ancient stronghold of her people. Somehow these events are all connected, and their outcome will no doubt have far-ranging effects across the face of Faerun. In my heart, I sense that the 3 travelers heading toward me are the key. I cannot abandon my duties at Mithril Hall in this uncertain hour. But if those travelers are searching for a way to find the Githyanki, then I must help them.
What kind of drow are you? Settled here with all your friends? You've let yourself be tamed.
I think my enemies would disagree. Besides, having allies makes us strong, not weak. You're here because your drow blood burns. But you'd have never come this far if not part of a team. The wood elf in you made that possible.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Dritz! Dritz! A troll clan heading this way! Trolls.
Thibbledolf, raise the stairs! Seal the gates!
These are the trolls that attacked Nesme.
They can only be killed with fire. Our magic's dispelled. Light your weapons on the coals. In Brunor's name, you will not cross this door. That gate protects 1,000 homes. It must not be breached. It's the clan's king.
Him. He's mine. This is for Nesme.
This will lead you to an abandoned Githyanki outpost. There's a portal there. Your general will likely head for it. I join you, but it's clear that I'm needed here. Good luck.
I was wrong about you.
Here. This charm was forged by the Wood Elves of the High Forest. Your cousins. They knew the value of strength. Take it. You'll see.
It was a beautiful town, nestled here in the spine of the World Mountains. I was one of the riders of Nesmi, protecting our people from orcs and frost giants and trolls. We'd heard from a scout that a small clan was heading our way, but he hadn't seen their true numbers, and we were quickly overwhelmed. And then it was a blur. I think I was hit from behind. Everything went black. I don't know how much time went by. When my eyes opened, I was pinned partly under a boulder and partly under one of my brothers in battle. He was dead. I couldn't get up, and I could barely move my head. But I saw. I watched as all around me the trolls slaughtered the proud riders. My ears filled with their screams while I couldn't fill my lungs enough to shout. And then the king arrived. That was this clan's way. The grunts broke a town's defenses, and once the victims were weak, the king swaggered in and amused himself. Anyone still moving, he tore apart. Injured soldiers on the ground, women, and children. I wished that he would see me, but I wasn't so lucky. In time, everything faded again. When I awoke, I heard the survivors had fled to Mithril Hall, but I couldn't face them. I turned and walked the other way, and just kept walking.
We should be coming to it soon.
I thought this outpost was abandoned.
Soreka started opening the portal. We haven't much time.
It's dark down here. I like it.
The shield is down!
You are predictable, my dear.
The Demon Stone! Capture them!
Now what do we do?
The portal's still open. Do we risk it?
Let me know when you decide.
The dragon!
We're in his lair. No! We need her alive, or the stone is useless.
No.
Faerun is doomed.
Here's this sword.
Those ruins, they're the portal.
I don't think he's gonna let us use it.
If that sword can kill a dragon, let's see if it can kill a Slod Lord.
Agreed. But where would he be?
Right where we found him, in the center of Gemspark Mine. Goral had 100 years to harness all those gems. They gave him the strength to attract us. It's the one place in Faerun he'd feel most powerful.
Then that's where he'd gather his army. Let's go!
So much for the sneak attack.
So Goral's in there.
And if we don't stop him, he'll bring out enough force to crush Faerun. But be warned, Limbo is the breeding ground of chaos. Our laws of nature don't apply. Anything is possible.
Then we have a chance.
You brought me the sword. Good.
What?
The silver sword of death. It will help me take Faerun so much more quickly. You three have turned out to be well worth my effort.
You won't think so for long!
You must know by now you have no hope against me. From inside that gem, I controlled you for years. I chose you three and brought you to me.
No one controlled me!
No, he's right.
A warrior who exiled himself in the guilt of his failure. A sorcerer shunned by his family for being different. A mixed breed who ran away from home where she never belonged. 3 forsaken souls wandering the world alone. I am the only one who's ever cared about you. Now, give me that sword.
It seems you have a problem.
Because we're not alone anymore.
And if you want this sword, you'll have to take it.
We could use your help.
Over here.
It's so good to see you home.
Kelpie, you're alive! I bring you thanks from Gareth Dragonsbane, King of Damara and its neighboring realms. Word of your triumph echoes through the land. You've done very well. The king has also granted that you three rule the wild land of Vasa. The region is untamed and perilous, but it's yours to master if you want it.
We can handle it.
Then I've one final word of caution for you. The silver sword is revered by the Githyanki. It is an ancient artifact, and they will surely come to take it back.
Let them try.